Hey guys, Mark from Gunpla Network here, and welcome to my review of the real grade 1144 Gundam Exia, the P Bandai version, proudly sponsored by the guys over at RoboCity. You can see their logo in the background. Check out the website, plenty of premium kits and normal kits, tools, paints, all that sort of stuff. Check it out, it's a really cool website to look at, and they do have a lot of great stuff that you'd definitely be interested in. This review. So it took me a little while longer because I actually painted the entire inner frame of this guy, which I'd never done in a real grade before. So interesting experience, a good experience. And I put some water slides and stuff on, which I've had a couple fall off, so I need to re-gloss, or probably not flat. I'll do a gloss coat on this one since it is a gloss injection kit. Let me just stop that here. Okay. There we go. So, Gundam Exia. This is probably how I would kind of display it as a zoom in this kind of pose with the GN sword and the shield, and fully loaded out with the other GN swords and beam sabers all up on the back. I like this kit, guys. I was on the fence about gloss injected, over a standard looking blue, white, red, yellow Exia, just a more red, pink kind of look. But overall look, I'm going to go 9 out of 10. I'm really happy with the way this kit turned out. I was a little off on some of the decals, they're not quite straight. You may or may not be able to notice. But yeah, it was pretty good. It definitely looks good now I'm finished. Stickers, I used most of them, bar, you can see that one, number 15, the foil's still there. I missed those on the side, but they're hardly seen anyway. You had a couple of options for the eyes, and anything that was white is still here because I used the water slides, which I have just over here, that you can pick up from Bandai. So if you get the premium Bandai version, you probably don't want to use the blue, and the greens on here for the GN condensers or the solar reactor come with a foil which looks a little bit better under that green. Standard, use these, use the blue, the white. The water slides are better, but they're water slides. But the real grades come with these stickers and caution warnings and stuff. For the most part they weren't too bad, but I had to use the red ones because being Tran-Am, it wouldn't look quite right without the red. But I used a couple of white ones just to test them, and they don't look too bad. They're pretty good. I'd say once you gloss coat over them to hold them on, which I need to do after this review, so they don't fall off in the cabinet. But yeah, overall look, definitely a 9 out of 10. It's really cool. Build process. This was a 7 out of 10. So this is my third real grade in 6 months. I've done a few of them now, and 7 out of 10. I'd go for the build process. There are some small fiddly parts. Sometimes the guide, for me at least, seemed like it was not quite clear. You could put things on backwards if you weren't too careful about it, which I did, and I broke the waist joint and then I had to glue it back together. I still have full articulation. It just took like a day or so for the glue to dry so I could put everything back together again. So yeah, build process is a 7 out of 10. Be cautious and you won't have a problem. Articulation and posing. So you would have seen in the quick looks video that it's pretty posable. I mean, you can reach back for the beam sabers on the rear skirts. You can actually reach for the ones on the back of the arm if you maneuver them forward and kind of put him in a twisted turning pose. That one was actually kind of harder to do, but he's pretty articulated, pretty posable. The legs don't go all the way up due to the front skirts. The front skirts, I will say, in any real grade I've done so far, have been a nightmare. That was my only complaint about the Mark II that we reviewed last month. But otherwise, a solid kit. Now I'm going to try and show you the articulation without having anything fall off, because my GN sword seems to be quite loose, to the point I've had to put a piece of blue tack there on the inside to hold the pistol mode open. So the head, he has a little back and forth Not really much side to side, and he can turn all the way around, but you will hit the fins unless you maneuver those down with the ears on this, I guess you would say ears, on the back of the head. The arm is on a, let's say shoulder, I guess. Can maneuver forward a bit, and that actually moves the chest vent in and out. You can then go all the way around, and you can see the beam sword is dropped open. The elbow will go up when you don't have the shield on, will fold all the way in, but the shield's currently clipped on there. And then the wrist is a kind of standard ball joint. These are the real grade hand that I've got on this side at the moment. They actually weren't too bad for this, and for the posing, if you want to like reach for something like the beam sabers on the back skirt, like the quick look, then yeah, they look really cool. These actually like will maneuver down, kind of like an extra V fin on the chest part. The cockpit opens up, but it's kind of hard to see. But it doesn't actually have a full kind of cockpit. It's not like the other ones, like last ones. But yeah, still opens up, cool effect. Waist, he's pretty articulated in the waist. You can do, you know, bit of crunch, bit of back, side to side. You can turn, though then you start hitting things like the swords. He can spin the whole way around if you don't have the swords on the sides. I'll take one of the swords off. Because that part actually, if you could see it, it's a peg that sticks out under the side skirt. That sorry guys. There you go. That is actually a peg which will fold all the way in, and then you can close that up again. Front skirts, like I said, not really articulated. The legs can fold back like that, then up, then whoops. So I say about so many small parts on this kit. Nice, very nice kit. I like this kit. It's one of my favorites, but yeah. So that's how much knee bend you can get, and then you can get some ankle and foot bend as well. It's just got so many tiny parts on it you need to be careful about when you're grabbing things. The ankle armor, you can move that around a bit. This will fold up and down. Then the foot has side to side, front and back. And then you have things like the toe you can manipulate as well. So overall, pretty good. And then he can actually go like all the way up to almost a splits. So articulation and posing was an 8 out of 10. He's pretty articulated and posable. Slightly painful to do it. Things will fall off, but you can put them back on. Not too much of a hassle. Accessories. So he came with a fair bit. Now I haven't posed it with any of the beam saber parts, but remember we had the two, like a GN beam dagger and a beam saber. So he comes with all of the ones you see attached on his back there. So these rear skirts are actually the beam daggers. They're the shorter ones. And he usually throws those in the anime. He doesn't actually fight with them. They're the beam sabers on the upper parts at the back. Now, what we did have spare that I haven't used was number 7 on each of the E runners is actually one that has a, I don't know if you can see that, it's actually got a peg to make it more holdable. So that's pretty cool of them to include those, so they're more stable in the hands. You get the shield. You get the GN sword, which is also a pistol with its own little forearm shield. You get the chrome-plated, gloss-injected short GN sword, the long GN sword, the 4 beam sabers on the back. The GN drive comes off. You get the Setsun FC figure, and you get multiple hands. Now, you get 2 closed fists, 2 open hands, which I find don't, because of the angle of the peg doesn't move, it makes them a bit, you know, outright like that. It's really hard. It's really hard to say, guys. But I don't find posing with those ones to be very good or easy at all. You get 2 of the real grade hands, one which is in the open position there on that side, and 2 of the holding hands for the beam sabers with the peg hole in them, which he is holding the GN sword with that. And you get a mount for when you want to pose him in the air. So that's really cool. Just for the accessories, I'll show you this. You can unmount the GN drive. Oops, come off. So a lot of things will come off on this kit. There we go. So you can see there, he now has the, if you're in season 2 where they removed the GN drive from Exia. Okay, so that's the GN drive itself. Then on the bottom of it, you can do this, push through, and it's now more in the open mode, like in maintenance mode, I guess you would say, or something like that. So that's a cool little feature. Accessories, we're going to go 8 out of 10. Fun factor. Was it a fun kit? Yes and no. It was a fun kit, good to build. I enjoyed it. Like I said, 3rd real grade now, and not as problematic as people say. Like, they're not hand grenades, they're just how you build them. I would say it was a 7 out of 10 for fun factor. Definitely fun to build. More positives than negatives. Final score, 7.8 out of 10. You know, pretty up there, not as good as the Mark II, but it was definitely a good build. So check out RoboCity, guys. Try and pick up a premium Bandai kit occasionally. I know we all go, oh, premium Bandai, they're just trying to screw us over out of money or make it difficult to get. You can get them, they will be slightly more expensive. This is a complete recolor, but virtually the same as the standard Gundam Exia, except the gloss plastic, I was, like I said, I was on the fence about the color. It actually looks really good when you're finished. It's a kit that I won't be painting. Just, you know, all the foil, the special film, the condensers, the green plastic covers, it all just looks really good the way it is. I'm going to throw some gloss over it. I've done some panel lining, as you can see, on the sides of the legs and arms and stuff. And that's all it needed. Pretty good out of the box. So big thanks to Lance and Mike for the kit. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next review. Bye bye.